That's what I'm talking about, right there on that boom!
Living on Orville time. Living on Orville time. Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking the Orville live show Splosion on this beautiful day with, I assume, beautiful weather. I would have had to have gone outside today, but I hear it's kind of warm and I don't like warm things very much. Not even food. I like cold food. I like cold drinks and cold food and cool weather. It's sunny though. The sky is blue. How is it where you are? But today is a very special day because I got a gift from the Orville. I have it unopened right here. Got this bad boy right here. It's very interesting. We'll be opening it here in just a little bit. I think I know what it might be by feeling it, but I had some ideas of what I hoped they would send. This was one of the things, if it is this thing, that it feels like it is, that I was hoping for. And, they told me they were sending me something. I told them I had plenty of room for the giant Kelly statue. Put that right in my living room, or right in the foyer. They said, no, not going to be the Kelly statue. I'm like, Kermit the Frog? I love me a Kermit the Frog. They're like, no, not Kermit the Frog. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. Hopefully I'll get maybe an official Orville uniform badge, something like that. And I think I'm close, but not quite. Actually, what this feels like, it's not quite a circle. It's more oval, which is actually something, if it's what I think it is, it's something I would prefer over a regular badge anyway. But we'll open this bad boy up and see what they sent me. Now, from what I can tell, I think this is probably a fan appreciation push that just started. I know they're sending gifts to other longtime fans and supporters and people that have been showcasing the show to fans for a while now. I'm assuming maybe they're going to have multiple pushes for fan appreciation, because I do know Tom Constantino, one of the producers of the show, the main editor of the show, he said yesterday, I believe, that they're going to be sending out to someone, I don't know who, hopefully me, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer doll that Bortus gave Topa at the end of the episode about a girl. Oh, that would be a good get. That sucker go right on the wall. Right on the wall. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. T. Stoney, thank you very much for helping to support the show. Very much appreciated. Very much needed. Very much deserves a Jaloja. Jaloja indeed. And also a thanks to Yuri Persian for helping support the show. Very, very much a thank you. That deserves some booms.
Boom, bitch! That's what I'm talking about right there on that boom!
Thank you very much. Big booms needed. T. Stoney says, it's hot in Texas, brah. Man, yeah, it's a little warm out. Been a little warm out the last few days. I'm waiting for that warmth to go away. Get to some cooler days with cleaner air that you can just walk outside the door and smell the utopian goodness that we all pretend that our world is. If we choose to wake up on the right side of the bed. So you don't know if it's a bomb. Doesn't seem like it's ticking. I don't feel it ticking. Maybe it's a deactivated bomb. My favorite thing about this package, though, is that it says, when it has where it came from, it says Orville Season 3. Pico Boulevard, the Fox Lot, Building 310. Los Angeles, California, zip code, blah, 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 blah. But it says it's from the Orville Season 3. So that's exciting right there. Just to see it in writing, to see it with postmarked by the United States government or the UPS. Does UPS have its own government? I guess UPS runs the world. So that's pretty exciting right there. Tom Casey, thank you very much. You are the best, Tom Casey. Very much appreciated. Let's switch over here to...
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I've won. Yeah.
I totally won. Totally feel like a winner. Absolutely. Every day I feel like a winner. JP, did you see Seth promoted your O-Team theme song on Twitter the other day? Yes, I sure did. I gave him a quick little thank you. I don't know if he saw that. He probably uses Twitter more as to post things as opposed to absorb things, because I'm sure he's being clicked on and messages being sent all day, every day. It's probably too much for him to look at. And I get that. If LGL Studios, if this is for fan appreciation, then they should give you a full-size shuttlecraft. I could put that in the backyard. I got room in the backyard for a shuttlecraft. I could turn it into my man cave. That'd be pretty awesome. I'll put my PlayStation 4 in there, hook it up. Maybe put a computer in there, play the Orville interactive fan experience inside the shuttle. Car time videos would be very different if I had a shuttle, you guys. What's up, Philip Gaming? How you doing? JB says, tempted to put Utopia Planetia as a return address and use insufficient postage. Yeah, how is Utopia Planetia? Is that out by Mars? Where is that? That's where they build the ships in the Star Trek universe, right? I wonder what the postage would be to send something out there. Just a few $1 million stamps, that's all. $15 million stamp. Maybe Jeff Bezos will give me a deal. Jonathan McKnight says, I wonder how much destruction the Kalon will do. How can Isaac help to stop them? Well, Isaac understands their technology, so he can be feeding us all this cool technology stuff to help us combat the Kalon. Of course, the Kalon knows that Isaac knows everything, so how are they going to deal with that information, that they know he knows stuff? So how are the Kalon going to switch up their game in Season 3? Also, will we will we get the Kalon to back down in Season 3, or will this be an ongoing thing throughout the Orville universe? Are the Kalon always going to be a problem, or will we eventually convince them or shut them all down? I know shutting them all down is something that would go against Planetary Union ethics, I would assume. Shutting down an entire race of people isn't something that they're going to want to do, but sometimes that might be the only choice. I remember when Starfleet wanted to take out all of the Borg by basically commit genocide by uploading a virus into their neural net and spread that around. And Picard's like, no, that would be genocide. But they're willing to do it. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. That's the trick. They return it to Mars for insufficient postage. That's right. Damn it. I got sent back to sender. Return to sender. Hopefully not a P corner tile. That's hilarious. I wouldn't mind that. It's from the show. Anything from the show would be awesome. We'll just wait a few more minutes. People are still filing in, and we'll open this bad boy and see what we got. Geologia sample. What's up, Joe Nerf Herder? How you doing? Yeah, starship construction in orbit over the location on Mars, Utopia Planetia. Sometimes Geordie LaForge works there. When he's not working on Jeopardy. I saw today, even Seth MacFarlane put out a post that said, hey, Jeopardy, hire LeVar Burton already. JP, if we do find that there's biological Kalon, do you think they can be worse than the Kalon? No, they'll be taken out. Either some of them escape, because I'm assuming if they were able to build androids that became self-aware, that they were probably spacefaring people, I would assume. So some of them might have made it off-world and set down roots somewhere else. I still have my theory that the multiphasic people from Mad Idolatry, where their planet goes in and out of the two universes, I believe it was just going in and out of the same universe in a different time. I think it was two different times, not two different universes. I still have my theory that the multiphasic people are the people that were the original biological Kalons. Hey, Curtis Tate, how you doing? Sean Tisdale, thank you for helping me keep the lights on. They're still on. I don't know for how much longer, but they're on right now. And as long as the lights are on, I'm going to keep putting out stuff. Because it'll still be a couple months until we actually get this channel rolling with Orville stuff. As Orville gets closer and closer to coming out, I'm going to do my best to last that long, you guys.
The tingles. I feel as if I have been standing my entire life and I just sat down.
Smoke cigarettes, you guys. Only if you're Mocklins. Actually, don't, because it's highly addictive for Mocklins. They'll upload MC Escher painting and a Salvador Dali painting into the Kalon to destroy them. They won't be able to compute. We have to see the first episode to see what happened to the timeline. Yeah, and I even was, because I was rewatching Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow the other day. No, and The Road Not Taken. Actually, I guess this more so applies to The Road Not Taken. Well, it applies to both. I'm thinking the timeline that was reset at the end of The Road Not Taken isn't the original timeline at all. As soon as Kelly left and came back, the timeline was different. It changed in some way, somehow. No matter, even if she doesn't remember, that's a different timeline. And Claire went back to that alternate timeline and reset the timeline. So that means the other original timeline is still there. So I have I can't wait to see what timeline we're actually getting in season 3. It could be the reset alternate timeline or just the original timeline. I'm thinking it'll be the reset alternate timeline because that other timeline still exists. 500 cigarettes. Do you think Ed will end up with the Krill lady and we'll have a new enemy will be announced? I think we got to have a new enemy. We got to deal with the Kalon. We still have to keep things cool with the Krill. The Mocklins, I think, are going to be a huge wrench in the gears. I think Mocklins, we're going to have a lot of trouble with the Mocklins in season 3, and we're going to try to keep things cool with the Krill. I think the Krill are going to want our help because if they're going to help us, they're going to want us to help them if we're going to have a treaty and some sort of unity together. And their big problem, the Krill, is the Choctaw. So I think the Choctaw will come into play, and I don't think the Choctaw are going to be anything but bad guys. I don't think there's going to be a two-sided coin or a gray area with the Choctaw. They're probably just going to be people you got to watch out for, and they're powerful because they're able to mess up the Krill pretty badly, and very few races can do that. Yeah, I agree. I think there's totally going to be a Mocklin civil war. I think the conspiracy that's been going on with the Mocklin Society for who knows how long, probably thousands and thousands of years, will finally come to light. The regular citizenry of the planet will finally find out the truth of what's been going on, and they're going to have to make a decision if that's the way they want to be. There's been plenty of examples of Mocklin parents who don't want to change their female-born babies, and they escape to sanctuary. Or Havina's parents, all those years ago, she was born female. They didn't want her to be changed, so they went and started their family up in the mountains alone, secluded from society. So for a long time, there's been Mocklins who do not want their babies to be changed. So what happens when everyone finds out the truth? I think we'll find out that many Mocklins are, a little bit more betterer than the Mocklins we've met so far. And they're going to probably, want things to be changed. And the only way you can get things changed in those types of situations is by causing a ruckus. So I think we're going to be dealing with that. I think Talia, I hope Talia would be back. They left it open for Talia to be back. Ed's lonely. Ed has feelings for her. Though he did say in season 2, when he was trying to get back together again with Kelly, he's like, I just want my next girlfriend not to be Krill. I just like to not have my last girlfriend to be Krill. So he's still got her on his mind. So I don't know if he wants to have like a romantic relationship with her, but he wants to be friends with her and get her to see their side. He's not done with Talia, so I would think she would be back again. They left us that feeling in season 1 that we'd see her again, and then we sure enough did in season 2. And in season 2 they really made us feel like we'll be seeing her again. JP, do you think we will get the Orville version where the Kalon go back in time to defeat the Union and destroy Earth, and the Orville must go back to stop them? That sounds about right to me, because that sounds like a good plan for season 3, because I keep saying from things that I've seen that it really feels like we're doing a lot of time travel. Why would we be doing a bunch of time travel if it wasn't to save the future of everything? The Kalon know everything that Isaac knows up to the episode. Oh God, how am I not remembering the name of the episode? I say it a million times a day. Anyway, the episode where he gets identity. Duh. So he gets deactivated identity. He goes back to Kalon. They upload everything he knows into. They know most of the stuff he knows anyway because he's been reporting back his entire time serving aboard the Orville, and so they know everything he knows. They know about the anti-banana ray. They know about time travel. They know about all that stuff. So that makes a lot of sense that they would use that information to try to, build the time machine to go back in time and stop biologicals. Stop biologicals all the way. Get rid of them biologicals, them and their stupid blood and guts and bowel movements. Kalons don't have bowel movements. Bortus going through their quarters, finding all those cigarettes reminds me of the bartender on Space Station K7 pulling out tribble after tribble after tribble from behind the bar. That's right. Such a fun moment in the Star Trek universe as well. Jake Krause, thank you very much for helping this channel survive. I very much appreciate it.
Hey, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, first contact version of Orville. Wow. I'd like to see what Orville, the Orville writers, Seth, basically, and the other handful of writers they use. Can't wait to see how they would handle a dangerous first contact type of situation. Far more dangerous than those jerks over on Rigor in All the World is Birthday Cake. That first contact didn't go so well, did it? But those people weren't a danger to us. Yeah, the 13-button salute failed miserably. Yeah, I'm hoping we see the Calavans in season 3. Some new aliens. I know we're going to be seeing some new aliens. I don't know how big of a deal they are, but I've seen new alien designs. I just don't know how big of a deal those particular races are going to be. But I'm sure there's going to be some race that's at least one that we probably haven't seen at all that will have some sort of bigger impact on the story in season 3. Maybe Bortus will sing in season 3. I do know for a fact, this is official, Bortus is stepping up to the mic. Quote, unquote, stepping up to the mic in season 3. Stepping up to the mic again in season 3. Don't know if that means singing or not. It could be anything. It could be anything that requires a microphone. JP, do you think Isaac's reports he sent to Kalon will be revealed, and what kind of consequences Isaac will suffer from the crew? Well, I do know not. I think the crew is pretty okay. The Orville crew is pretty okay with Isaac at this point, because they're there to see the situation, to see how he is, this and that. They were there when he sacrificed himself to save the ship. But that's just one ship. As we know, in any human society, anything that you don't know about personally, people will. If a person doesn't know about something in an upfront way, they're going to assume the worst. So I'm sure the people of Earth and other planets that are part of the Union are probably not cool with Isaac, or they might just be putting up with the idea of him still serving. But the people in the actual ship, because there's tons of episodes after Identity Part 2, and everyone seemed pretty cool with Isaac. But I bet you people, just like in what was it in on Enterprise, when they went back to Earth, and I think it was T'Pol and a couple of the crew members, probably Malcolm and Trip. They went to a bar and everyone was being all racist. I think it was against T'Pol. That would be the only person. Or no, Phlox. They're being racist against Phlox. They're becoming anti-aliens. And so people were being jerks in the bar because they don't know these people. They don't know anything like that. It's going to be probably those types of situations. I don't know if he tried to buy the rights to Trek, but he asked Seth asked Star Trek or CBS rather, when they were going to start developing new Star Trek to come out. He said, hey, let me be in charge of it. I'm a huge fan. I know what I'm doing, this and that. And because of his history of just being animation and comedy. They said no, and so he's like, fine, I'll go make my own. And so that's what he did, and we got the Orville. I don't know if he's trying to buy the rights, but he was trying to be the showrunner and the developer of new Star Trek. But I'm happy the way things turned out. I don't want his work to be put towards Star Trek. I want it to be put towards this new, fresh thing that doesn't have all the baggage that comes with any Star Trek anybody wants to put out. There's just too many decades of baggage and this and that. I want a fresh new thing. Fresh new things allow everybody to be on the same page, to be more of a community, to be in lighter spirits. Priya, yeah, what about Charlize Theron's character? She was from the future. She's from the future. I wonder if she'll come back and have info on how they survived the Kaylon. Yeah, she is far from the future. That's assuming that in her new future, because she's living a new future now. Her whole history has changed. That's assuming she even survived. But yeah, we were left in season 1 to feel like we might see her again. Now, of course, it's probably a little harder to get Charlize to come back. She's a very busy worker bee out there. That's right. Phlox is the kind of friend who hooks you up with one of his wives. He's a good guy. All right, you guys. It's been about 30 minutes. I think it's time to open this bad boy up and see what we're dealing with. I get so distracted because I have such a good time chatting with everybody. And I can go down I go down Orville rabbit holes every single day of my life. So let me see here. All right, let's see what we got. I'm just going to reach my hand in. There's a piece of paper. I'm going to bring that out first. I survived 3 years of the Orville Season 3. 2019 to 2021. That's right, you guys. That's how long it took them to get the season filmed. It's kind of blurry. Let me see if I can clean it up here a little bit. A little bit better. I survived 3 years of the Orville Season 3, 2019 to 2021. Now, this is a sticker. I could peel it off and put it on something, but do I want to do that? Or should I just keep it attached? I might just keep it attached. Maybe I'll just cut it out and keep it attached, because, you know, you take it off and you put it on something, or I don't know if I have anything I'd want to put it on. I want to keep it forever. Oh, I have the framed picture of Avis back there from the episode. I might be able to put it on there, be on glass. It should be pretty protected if I do that. I just want to keep this stuff protected. And then, oh, yep, this is what I was hoping. One of the things I thought they might send me. Oh, man. All right, I'll show you here in a second. Official. The actual props. One of the actual real badges from Majority Rule, you guys. You guys! This is the real deal. This isn't some fabricated thing that you could buy off the internet. This is the real one, made by Brian Rogers. Indy Tiger, thank you so much for helping me keep the lights on.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
Everybody does it sometimes. I went to town on myself this morning. That's why I look so relaxed right now.
This is
God, this whole shit is
amazing.
gross.
Let me finish reading this and then I'll get back to it. I just started making YouTube videos. Congratulations. My first Star Trek video was how new Trek can use established canon to help their stories and not weigh it down like an anchor. Depends on the series. I think a lot of the new stuff is using canon in the right ways, but then they really messed up with the first 2 seasons of Discovery, because that rewrote canon as opposed to using canon. Which I think they fixed by getting out of the timeline. But man, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. But yes, that's awesome. What's your video called? Is that the title of it as well? Let me go back. That's just the premise of it. My first Star Trek was on how new Trek can be used to use established canon to help their stories and not weigh it down like an anchor. Absolutely. List that title of your video in the in the chat so people can look it up. Wow, you guys. So let's check this out. First off, it's heavy. And it's metal. It's made out of metal. And my downvotes is 7,654. 7,654. My upvotes is 177,940. You guys, that gives me the... That gives me this. This gets me excited.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
And then right here, and then, oh, in the back, it takes batteries. I just got to go get some watch batteries. I wonder what kind. Oh, I saw somebody post something, CR 2016. So I think I saw other people starting to receive some of these, as well as other things that they were giving away from season 1. So I just get some batteries, and this thing will light up, you guys. Now, this is from the Majority Rule episode, the planet Sargus 4, I believe it was called, where their entire society is run on unstructured democracy, where everybody gets a say. And it's an episode that was giving social commentary on mob rule, which is kind of what the internet is, basically mob rule. And Seth got inspired to write that episode from a book he read called So You've Been Publicly Shamed. Man, I know a lot about the Orville. I know way too much about the Orville. I should check out that book, see what it is. 2016 or 2032. Yeah, it's the flat watch type batteries, the larger style, the rounder ones. I used to work in electronics years and years and years ago. So, yeah, it's probably a 2032 or a 2016. There's a couple other models, but this particular size, it's like the bigger than a nickel, smaller than a quarter size. And wow. And people, well, how do you wear these? Oh, and it has an on-off switch as well, so I can save battery life. This was handcrafted in the studio, in the props department. Oh man, does this? It does. So this is a magnetic backing. I didn't break it. Magnetic backing. So you. Let me give myself a little reach around there. Boom, boom, you guys. Here, give me a boop. The green. Give me a green boop, not a red boop. Give me an upvote, not a downvote, you guys. Wow, and it's got, I love the weight to it. I love that it's metal. And actual, that's probably plastic, not glass, but plastic. But it could be glass. But I don't know why they would. I would make it plastic. And then my number 7654 is the downvotes. That's pretty good for downvotes. That's, I think Lysella, the girl from that worked in the coffee shop, the star of the episode from Sargus 4, I think her badge downvotes was higher than this, like 7,900 or so. And this is lower than that. So I'm more liked than Lysella, you guys. I just need to figure out if I can find out whose actual badge, if somebody, an on-screen actor actually wore this badge. Because they had hundreds of these things in that episode. All those extras wearing these things. Hell, even John had to wear a couple different versions because his downvotes kept going up and up and up throughout the episode, so they had to keep changing him to a badge with higher downvotes in it when it wasn't digitally put on there. If you see them moving, if you see the numbers moving up, that's the digital version, but that they just put that in, you know, special effects wise. But lots of people wearing badges. I even think was it Stephen Culp? No, what's the guy's name? The actor, he was a Mako. He was the head Mako on Enterprise, but he played John's publicity officer, and he wore a couple different badges. I recall back in the day when I was looking through all the badges. I should have wrote down who was wearing what. It's not always easy to read the badges, especially with my computer screen. It doesn't have the best fidelity. It's not 4K or anything like that. And I remember one time he was wearing one with a pretty high number, and then a couple scenes later he was wearing one with a much lower number. Shenanigans, behind the scenes stuff, you guys. Wilkes. Yeah, that was the character's that was his character's name. Yeah, Stephen Culp. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Stephen Culp. Think of an episode where the crew of the Orville goes back in time in the Enterprise era and have to help each other to solve the episode's main problem. Ed and the Enterprise engineer have contacted. Well, what if Ed Mercer runs into Ensign Rivers in the Enterprise universe, also played by Seth MacFarlane? That would be fun. Oh, another thing I love about this, also thank you Orville, for appreciating the fans, and this is just amazing. And here's another thing that I love about this: I can go to any convention. All I have to do is put this thing on, and I'm cosplaying. That's all it takes with this. The people of Sargas were just wearing regular clothes for the most part. So if you just put this bad boy on, boom, you're cosplaying. That's all it takes. Nice. I'm pretty lazy that way, so this is a great way to be able to take part in cosplaying without actually having to put any effort in. So thank you, Orville. Oh yeah, well, okay, so here's what I'm going to do, you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to break out the nice camera. I'm going to set this bad boy up. I'm going to take really nice close-up video of it and spin it around and make it look real nice. And I'll put it together a little video and a thank you package, and I'll put that up on YouTube tomorrow. And also have it. I'll go get some batteries, and hopefully they're not expensive. But I'll go get some batteries and get this thing lit up. Really showcase it. Do the big thank you. Talk about the episode like I just did. Have fun talking about this. Maybe I'll show this clip of me opening it and put together a nice video, and then people can watch it. Anyone who wants to, get a real good look at this thing or make their own, I'll do my best to show every little bit of it in high detail so that people can really get a great look at it, maybe make their own. Just make sure to have double lapels and double shirt cuffs. That's right. And triple ties, dimples. You could cosplay in the nudist resort with that. Well, I'll have to stick it on then. I don't want to put it under my skin, the backing of it. Oh, good. Brian got a nice frame grab of the sticker. I'll be putting up some as well. I'll probably I'll set this up, take a nice picture, put it up on the community message board here on the channel as well. Yeah, you hope the Blu-rays will come out some days in the future. Well, I think our chances of getting Blu-rays and maybe even 4K will be very good now that they've moved to streaming services. Hulu puts out Blu-rays of their stuff. Fox stopped putting out Blu-rays of their stuff years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. They had a whole meeting about it, and they're like, oh, it's not profitable, so they stopped doing it, except for very few occasions. Like if they do like a big series finally has their last season, 7 or 8 seasons, they might put out a whole box set, but that's even pretty rare with Fox. So now that it's moved to Hulu, there's a very good chance we'll be getting Blu-rays. Yeah, it's so cool to have an actual real prop, because you could buy things like this online. I have a badge, a uniform badge, things like that, and they're just light plasticky 3D printed things in most cases. This is a real deal, hardcore. I mean, let me show you. I mean, they got the soldering, they got the wires in there, they got the on-off switch on the bottom. Put the batteries right there. I mean, this is a real deal thing. Look at the real deal thing. Wow, absolutely incredible. That's exciting. That is very exciting, you guys. I'm very thankful to Tom Constantino. Can't wait to see what other Orville stuff we'll be getting our hands into over the rest of the year, hopefully years after that as well. Yes, I was the Union Point dropout. Very good question right there. Does the opposite side of the Avis page have Krill text? Yes, it has paragraphs and paragraphs of Krill text. I was gonna take that in eventually. Actually, I might be able to. I could probably do it here now. My girlfriend had an old printer scanner. I haven't seen if it works yet. But I brought it down the other day and hooked it up. Haven't checked it out to see if it works. But I could probably scan it myself. Hopefully it fits on the... I don't know how big the scanner is, but it's there. I was going to take it to a place and have it scanned in, but I could scan it myself, and I was going to share it with everybody so they could see. Maybe somebody can decode it. But yeah, the whole other side of that page is all Krill text from the Krill Bible, the Ankana. And that's it. That's what I got so far. My season 1, episode 7, Sargus 4 upvote, downvote badge. I'm gonna put some batteries in this bad boy and put a video out tomorrow all about this thing. Give it a little history. Maybe I'll be able to track down some information about building the prop. Maybe a little video, something like that, and then put that into whatever video I come out with tomorrow. I'll translate it if you want to send it hither. Well, I'll scan it and then I'll send it over so you guys can see it and do what you will with it. Orvillian steel. That's right. Oh, it's so nice to have something of weight. Rivers is Mercer. A dimensional agent sent him to an alternate franchise to fix something. And he fixed it good. Ensign Rivers from Enterprise eventually moved over to... Oh, what was the sister ship's name? Was it the Columbia? In X-01? Was it the Columbia? I can't remember the name of the other ship. But he eventually went over there to help out. Yeah, somebody with a lot of time on their hands. And hopefully we get some more Orville news this week. Because this channel needs it. This channel only does well when there's actual official Orville news that comes out. Yeah, the Columbia. The Christina Columbia. Yeah, I loved season 4. I just love Captain Archer. Captain Archer ended up being one of my favorites because you see him turn from an optimistic space traveler to someone that's been beaten down and hates everything. Totally loved Archer's journey. Oh, that's a good question. Now, some of you will know, didn't something happen to Thomas Riker? Thomas Riker, of course, being Will Riker's transporter clone, who they eventually found on that one planet, and they brought him up and said, "Hey, have your life back. Go do, but you can't be Will. You have to be something else." He's like, "Okay, I'll be T Riker." So he's Thomas Riker. Now, Thomas Riker showed up in DS9, but I don't remember what happened to him. Maybe some of you guys know. Is he still around? Is he still alive? If so, it'd be awesome to bring him back in Picard.
Sweet emotion.
As long as they do it well, I guess. Christina, hey, thank you very much. Keep up a great job. I'm going to do my best to try to keep this going. It's going to be tough until we get to closer to the Orville premiere, but I'm going to see how long I can last. So thank you very much, Christina.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be a new fun thing.
It's going to be a new fun thing. It's going to always be the new fun thing. Thomas went to prison. Oh, maybe they could bring him back then. Union Point says killed in the Maquis, right? I don't know. He went rogue, anti-Starfleet. I think we were lucky enough to get Will back, so maybe we'll just stick with Will for a while. Oh, we are dealing with... No. Oh, I'm interested to see. That's one thing I remember from season 1 is like, okay, I kind of liked what they did with the looks of the Romulans because they went classic and TNG style with the Romulans. But I'm interested to see what a Cardassian looks like in the Picard universe. Poor Thomas Riker going to a Cardassian prison, and Lokar went to a Moclan prison. Justice for Tom, justice for Lokar, you guys. We need it. Let's have good thoughts for the Orville friends that are not here anymore. Let's see which Orville friends aren't here anymore. We need a whole list of them because I want to showcase their memory. No, I'm going to keep it Egotastic FunTime because I already I changed the channel name like a month or two ago as a test to test the algorithm, and I called it Egotastic FunTime Presents the Orville. And it didn't really make a difference one way or another, so I'm like, well, I want my identity back, so I'm going to go back just to being Egotastic FunTime. Because also, after the Orville's over, I have to figure out other things to make videos about. Now, I know LGL asked a very good question. I'll probably eventually do a video about this. Any idea if the season 3 episodes are going to be released once a week? If so, what day? Or are they going to dump all the episodes at once like Netflix does? Well, I know that the plan was, when they moved to Hulu, to still keep it one episode a week. And that's been the plan for ever since they announced. But who knows what happens in the meeting rooms from now until when they decide to release the thing, which I'm expecting that announcement of the release date to be coming very, very soon. Hopefully this week. I can really use it this week, Orville. Let me know so I can tell everybody else this week, please. So the plan was to do it once a week. That's still the plan as far as I know. But who, like I said, who knows? Things change all the time. But I know that they wanted it once a week. And if so, my prediction is that it'll be released on Fridays. Because Hulu, usually, their originals, they usually release them on Wednesdays or Fridays. Now, and the first 2 seasons of the Orville, the new episodes came out every week on Fox on Thursday. But then the next day on Fridays, it was released on Hulu, every single episode. So maybe they'll just keep that Friday release date. I don't think they'll do Thursday. I don't think that, unless they just decide to try it out. But I don't know if Thursday's really that important to them. I don't think Thursday was ever really important. It was just the day that they decided to put out the Orvilles. That's when Fox decided to put them out. It was, of course, all the season premieres were always on Sundays after football. So hopefully, I'm hoping for weekly release. That's what they said a long time ago, that they want weekly releases. But you never know. You never know, and nothing's official until it's official, I guess. Hey, what's up, Geolaw? How you been? Thomas went on to direct several episodes of The Orville under the pen name Jonathan Frakes. That's right. He did direct 2 episodes. Just 2, right? Yeah, it was Priya and Sanctuary. I think Robert Duncan McNeil ended up directing 1 or 2 more episodes than Jonathan Frakes. Archer swallowed the lines that all interstellar species would be domesticated enough to solve problems with words. He forgot that, like us, they are the apex predators of their planet. All right, Paul D., go back to real life. It does intrude sometimes, that's for sure. Stephen Klein, JP, do you think we see one or more of the admirals killed this season? I don't know. It's definitely possible. Admiral Halsey almost got killed last season in the battle for Earth against the Kalon. Definitely possible. I think Halsey's the only one we really have a big attachment to. So if they killed off Halsey, which I'm pretty positive Victor Garber is in season 3, because they've on season 3 they have put some they had a stand-up of him, a cutout of him, and they were putting it around the studio for fun. So I'm assuming that he is in season 3. If they killed him off, that would be the biggest blow to Orvillian fans' hearts, to our little hearts. They just break. So I think anything's possible. I think we could lose a main cast member. I definitely think Isaac will die this season, because he dies every season. If you think about it, I think there's no way season 3 is released any earlier than December. That's been my prediction for a while. It's December. Maybe even Christmas Day. Let me see, when is Christmas Day? Let me look right here on the calendar. Because, it's still a business. They still got to come out in the most opportune time. Christmas Day is a Saturday, but Christmas Eve is a Friday. And I'm predicting that they're going to put out episodes on Friday. So what if they premiere on Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve evening. But there's also still a possibility that they'll come out earlier than that. But my prediction with that is I don't think they'd come out any earlier. And I could totally be wrong, because the things that I think they might care about might not be things they care about at all. The earliest would be at the very end of October, because this thing's running 10 weeks. And I would assume that they want some of those episodes to air in 2022, so they get credit for 2021 and 2022. But they might not care about that at all. But I feel that they would. If they get another California tax credit, like they did with season 3, which was some record-breaking stuff, we'll definitely be getting a season 4. So they might even be waiting for California to say, hey, if you make the Orville here in California, we're going to give you these millions of dollars like they did last season. If that's the case, they're not going to turn that down. They'll make another season. But they might make another season anyway. But that'll help if they get millions of dollars free from the state. Yeah, Kelly Hu as Admiral Zawa, she's great. We've probably seen her the most after Admiral Halsey. But we also have Admiral Perry, Admiral Tucker, and those are the admirals. And I do have my prediction that we're getting a new admiral next season. I believe it'll be a Krill. I mean, that's my prediction, that we'll get a Krill admiral next season, because the Krill are going to want someone to represent their interest in the Union if they're going to join the Union. But I mean, and maybe that person could be Talia, since she's the person with the most experience with humans and understands humans better than any other Krill. So Talia might be a great choice to be an admiral. Yeah, and that's another thing, is part 2 of the Orville comic book, Artifacts. That was something I talked about when I talked about the Artifacts. Oh, in my prediction video of when season 3 is going to air. That's the episode. Yeah, I was saying that Artifacts comes out October 20th, part 1. And then 1 month later, around November 20th, will be when part 2 comes out. I don't think that they're going to want to have new episodes coming out while the comic book's coming out. That's too much. That's overlap. That's bad business. So I was thinking maybe a month after that, Christmas time, season 3 would drop. So that's another reason I predicted the end of December. Because it makes a lot of sense. They're not going to want the comic books to come out at the same time as new episodes. Because the comic books are new episodes. Yeah, we need Kelsey Grammer as an admiral. JP, could Emmy consideration deadlines be a factor in season 3 release date? Oh, I think for sure. I don't know what those deadlines are. I don't keep track of that, but absolutely, because season 2 got a big nomination for effects. They lost it to Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones was going out with their last season. They're like, oh, we'll give it to Game of Thrones. They put out a bunch of seasons and they had dragons with fire. Even though the Orville effects were way better. But yes, I'm assuming with how big season 3 is and how much effort they put into the effects and the budget this season, they want to be able to be considered for awards. I don't know what those deadlines are, but yeah, that can be a consideration. Yeah, I would love to see Ensign Kim as not even an admiral. Does the Union have a president or a prime minister? Ensign Kim should be above everybody. He should have the highest station in the entire Union, highest position. What do you think the long-term effects of Isaac not being able to sync up or update with the Kaylon will be? Not sure, actually. I mean, he was on the Orville for a couple years. One question I do have is that the Kaylon were able to deactivate Isaac remotely from Kaylon Prime. Do they still have that ability to deactivate him? Because if so, that's a big deal. After all you've given to the Orville, I feel strongly that they should have given you more than a stupid badge. This is an amazing badge. And they gave me that awesome page, and they gave me an invite. And anytime I'm able to make it to anywhere that they go, I have a standing invitation to hang out with them. I just can't afford to go anywhere, unfortunately. Sorry for the negativity, but wireless transmission facility. Are they trolling? No, there's more to come for sure, I think. Now, the big gift that I want this season from the Orville, I almost got it last season, but it fell through for I don't know whatever reason. I'm hoping to get early access to the episodes for season 3. I almost got it last time, but they contacted me and everything, and then it just didn't work out for whatever reason. Hopefully, if I get it this season, I can get those reviews started on early so that when the episode airs, I can put them up the same day that the episode airs. That would be awesome. Hey, Roberta Geloge JP from Watford, visiting family in Watford. Harry Kim was one of the architects of the Kaylons. That would probably be one of my biggest celebrity cameos that I would love to see in the Orville is Scott Bakula. Scott Bakula needs to be back in the captain's chair. Making him another admiral would be maybe a bit boring. Still hoping for a cameo, though. He's finished shooting the latest NCIS NOLA season. Nolans. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see him as an admiral. I want to see him as either a captain or just some awesome character from some alien race. Is the age difference enough? Oh, Scott Bakula as... I mean, always wanted Jonathan Frakes to play Kelly's dad, assuming the dad's still alive. I know that it seems like the dad might be off somewhere. I don't know if he's alive or not, but I don't think he's definitely... He used to be friends with Halsey. I don't know if he used to be friends with Halsey means that he's not friends now because he's dead or what. It's a weird way to phrase it. But Scott Bakula as Kelly's dad would be pretty awesome. But even if he was still filming on NCIS, he could still come in for a couple days and film a single role and for a single episode of the Orville, no problem. Pi Von McLaren says, I love the badge, bro. It's awesome. I love that episode. What do you think? We may see another episode with first contact with the planet that is mocking us hard. Earth. Earth's mocking pretty hard. With the planet that is mocking us hard. I think I would hope we get another first contact. Sargus episode in season 1 was a pre-first contact. We were preparing for first. They were studying them. You know, if they became spacefaring, we probably would have done a first contact. And then we did a first contact with Rigor 2, which didn't go so well because, you know, they actually said they weren't spacefaring, but they said, hey, is anybody out there? And it's policy to answer the question if something like that happens. Probably shouldn't have answered the question. She probably should have said, hey, you don't got no spaceships? We ain't talking to you. You ain't good enough. So I would love another first contact of some sort. I love first contact episodes. Whether they be official first contact or accidental first contact. Mad Idolatry was an accidental first contact. Yeah, Scott Bakula. Well, Scott Bakula as anything would be great, but I think he'd be good as Kelly's dad. JP, if Kalon Prime was destroyed by Isaac, what effect does that have with the Kalon who then take over as leader? Well, they're artificial, so their consciousness can be uploaded. So Kalon Primary might just have his neural network uploaded somewhere and could be downloaded into any other unit. Might be immortal. As long as there's a Kalon body to take over, he can do so. But also the Kalon all work on a huge web, mind web, like the Borg. So I mean, he could probably just travel from unit to unit if he needs to. That'd be awesome. LGL says, I'm hoping season 4 will have you in a holodeck simulation as a lounge singer in a bar. Also, I can also play a stand-in for Muska. No problem. I could totally do that, Orville, if you're watching. Will Sasso needs a day off? Sign me up. I'll come right in. Remember the episode where they had the orchestra, A Happy Refrain? Season 2, episode 5. Yes, I would have loved to see you in the audience. That would be awesome. Now, the orchestra that they had is the real musicians that actually do the score for the Orville. Yeah, I want to know more about Yaphet. I want to know more about Dan's. Not just the characters, but their races, their people. Oh, that's very good too. Scott Bakula as Tala's dad. Now, Tala comes from an entire family with a history of military service. So everyone in her family pretty much does military service. So then Scott Bakula could still kind of be a badass and have super strength. He could be the antithesis of Robert Picardo's Selayan dad character. Justin the Ogre. Yeah, it could be JP the Ogre. Oh, wow. I'm just so psyched for you guys right now. Don't you feel like #blessed? JP would make a good bartender on the Orville. I'd definitely make a good bar patron, if anything. I could sit on a stool and drink. Thanks, Mick. Very much appreciated. I'm very excited about this. I'm going to have to display it. I need to make a better, more showy display over here. But once I get some batteries for this bad boy, ooh, game on. Dr. Zoom says, we need someone to watch Majority Rule to see if your badge was worn by anyone in it. Yeah, I got to see. It was worn by somebody, but I just don't know if it was worn by anybody that was in front of the camera where you can actually see the number. There's a little bit of schmutz on it. Maybe it was worn by the guy that got coffee spilled on him. It's not that bad, though. I don't know. I'll have to go get some screen grabs. But the number is 7654 downvotes, 1,777, no, 177,940 upvotes. I'm pretty popular. The JP should be a character that teaches Gordon to pick up chicks. I could. It wouldn't be funny. It would just be like, hey, just treat chicks like you treat anybody else, because they are just like anybody else. Be nice, respectful, and entertaining. Be interesting. Yeah, it's got Jaloja on it. Will Smith as an admiral? That sounds fun, but I'm going to say no. Because I just feel with Will Smith, even though he is a really good actor and I really like Will Smith, I have a hard time him being in anything and me not just thinking, oh, it's Will Smith. Neelix should be Lieutenant Dan's dad. Ethan Phillips? That would be good. He would be very good at that, I think. An independent reporter in social media that is posted to the Orville. LeVar Burton is John Lamar's dad. Now, John Lamar is a tribute to LeVar Burton's, to Geordie LaForge. Like LeVar, Lamar, he's the chief of engineering. He wasn't, but then he became the chief of engineering. You know, it's all, it's official. That's official that it was a tribute to LeVar Burton. Oh, it'd be great to get LeVar Burton on the Orville. Maybe he did do a cameo on the Orville. I know that he was, a couple of years ago in an interview, he said he would love to do it, but they haven't called him for anything. So maybe they have, and maybe that's why Seth was like, hey, Jeopardy, hire LeVar Burton, because he worked with them recently on the Orville. Maybe, possibly. Betty White should be Lamar's mom. Betty White could play anything, and I would totally be cool with it. Betty White could be the leader of the Krill, and I'd be like, yep, that's the leader of the Krill, all right. All right, you guys, I'm going to be heading out here in just a little bit, so I want to thank you guys for this exciting reveal. I'm so excited to see what I've had it for a couple days, just sitting on the shelf, the package waiting to be opened. I wanted to be able to not see it until I was able to do it right here with you guys, with my Orville friends. So, but I was like, man, when am I going to do a live show? I'm like, I could do one today. So now we got it. Now I'm going to be wearing this thing everywhere. I'm going to go to school wearing this thing, you guys. So all the other kids know I'm cool. I'm going to get some batteries for it. I'm going to put up a video so everybody could really, anybody who wants to really see what this thing looks like, I'm going to put a video out so people can really get a good look and maybe get some insight into how to make their own. You got to wire that bad boy up. Because sometimes all you need to do is, sometimes people just need to see how something is up close and they're able to figure out how to do it themselves. It's kind of like with impressions. A lot of, sometimes, people can't figure out an impression until they hear someone else do it, and then boom, it unlocks it in their brain immediately. He owns the rights, too, to Reading Rainbow. TNG behind the scenes crossover episode. Ooh, that'd be awesome. What a sneaky way to sneak TNG into the universe, then watching Reading Rainbow. I could see that. They watched Seinfeld. Star Trek is in the Seinfeld universe. So therefore, Star Trek is in the Orville universe because Seinfeld is in the Orville universe. They mentioned Doctor Who. Star Trek exists in the Doctor Who universe. They've referred to it in certain episodes. And Doctor Who exists in the Orville universe. Therefore, vis-a-vis, carry the math, Star Trek exists in the Orville universe as a TV show. Congrats, JP. Good to see they're showing you some love. Yeah, the Orville has been amazing to me. This time giving me a job, but I don't know what job they would give me. I haven't applied for anything. But maybe someday. Oh, and another thing I had this idea I wanted to share with you guys the next fun edit for the Orville that I wanted to do. The Orville was handed a bad hand. That's not the saying, but it's close. You know what I'm trying to say. They were given a bad hand back in season 1 when they first started getting commercials and promotions for season 1 for the pilot episode. Because it was given, they edited these commercials in goofy ways. They look like a comedy, like a hardcore comedy, like a Galaxy Quest type thing. And when people watch the show and they're like, oh, the show actually has some serious stuff going on, they're like, boo, I don't know what to think. I wanted to do a redux of the Orville's season 1 episodes, the trailers, to make them more appropriate to what the Orville really is, and there's still people that haven't seen the Orville out there. That's going to change very soon, because this is going to be a huge surge in fandom coming up with season 3, because it's going to be promoted like crazy. I'm like, let's give people some more appropriate trailers for this series, so they know what to really expect and what they're really getting out of this show. So I'm thinking of doing a Justice for the Orville Redux trailers. I mean, they won't be called that, but I'll probably put Redux in there. So I'm excited to try my hand out at one of those, hopefully this week, if I'm able to find time. Go back to Cali. Yeah, I was just talking to the Orville the other day, and they're like, yeah, you got to come out, but man, we just got to wait till this COVID stuff fully goes away, and then we're going to have a real good time. And I said, all right, let's do it. Does the Orville exist in the Orville universe? Sometimes. They were supposed to be destroyed in season 1, episode 5, but Priya saved them. So actually, everything after season 5 is an alternate universe. So we have lots of universes. There's a universe where the Orville doesn't exist after episode 5, and then there's the Orville we've been watching that exists episode 5 onward, where the Orville did not get destroyed. And then, of course, there's the alternate Kelly timeline, which I feel is the timeline that was reset back to normal in the season 2 finale, The Road Not Taken. That other timeline that was still good, the one that we watched in Tomorrow, that timeline still exists, but the one that Claire and them saved in the season 2 finale was not that same timeline. It was the alternate timeline that was already created the moment Kelly left and came back, whether she remembers stuff or not. She left, she came back. That's an alternate timeline all of a sudden. And that's where Claire went to reset everything and make it so the Kalon didn't take over. So I think it's just another slightly different but still awesome utopian timeline right there. It gets crazy. Quantum physics, you guys. Quantum theory. It's tough stuff. Nobody understands it really. Yeah, the Priya episode. John Burns, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. It's a tough month for Egotastic FunTime, and you're helping out, so thank you very much. That button didn't work. Come on, button.
We need no longer fear the banana.
There it
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
Thank you for helping to save the channel, John Burns. What was unboxed? Show me. Reblocks. I got an official from the episode... episode 7, season 1, Majority Rule, the actual real upvote, downvote badge made of metal, handcrafted by Brian Rogers. It takes batteries. I got to go buy some batteries so I can turn this thing on. It's got an on and off switch so I can save my battery life. See if I get you all one good last clear look of this thing before I sign off for this live stream. There you go. Get you a good look. Super clear. Thank you, camera. That's the front. That's the side. There's the electronics inside. There's soldering, all that good stuff. That's where you put the batteries. On and off switch right there. This bad boy is magnetic, so you can put it under your whatever you're wearing, and it attaches to anything that you're wearing magnetically, even though nobody knows how magnets work. Whoop, whoop. Boom. So thank you very much, John. You understood? Was the cat in the box? If you combine triples with the banana ray, it could be an awesome weapon of mass destruction. Yeah, because you can have 100 years worth of triples in a matter of seconds. Where are the 100,000 downvotes? LO, so cool. Yeah, actually, I would have loved, even though this is a very low downvote count, I'm pretty sure this is even lower than Lucella's, the character Lucella, the coffee shop girl. Pretty sure this is lower than hers. I would have loved to have one of the big ones, one of John's, 5,900,000, no, 500,000, 900, no, it's millions, yeah. 5 million, there's a 1.5 million, I remember in the episode, a 2 million, a 3 million, almost got to 10 million, but they didn't get there, and he was saved. I would have loved to have one of those, but this is absolutely amazing. I don't know the story behind this one. I have to look at every frame of the episode, see if I can find this bad boy. Maybe it's one of the main characters. Maybe it's one of the people in the background. If it's someone in the background, I probably won't be able to find it because we just weren't close enough to those people to get the numbers off their badges. But I am extremely excited. Oh, I also got this awesome, fun sticker. I survived 3 years of the Orville Season 3, 2019 to 2021. Awesome. I don't want to stick it to anything unless I have something important to stick it to, because I want to keep this safe. That's a memento. That's a lifetime memento. This is a lifetime memento too. This is not going up on on the internet for sale. I'll tell you guys that. This is being kept forever as part of my life. Ooh, that'd be an awesome tattoo. Maybe I'll get an upvote downvote tattoo one of these days. It was neither and both. Good answer. That's right. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for helping this channel stay afloat. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your conversation. And thank you for your awesome comments about the Orville, because you guys come up with some really great questions about the Orville. It really gets my mind thinking and makes me think of other things that I wouldn't have thought of before, unless you guys stoke the flames of my Orvillian brain. So I'll see you guys very soon. Stay tuned this week. I'm going to put out some more cool videos. Don't know exactly how many. Sometimes it's 2 or 3. Sometimes I get crazy and I go one every week. John Burns, thank you so much again.
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish.
If I'm going to meet you during COVID, I'm going to bring a cane so I can upvote you. Season 3 is on what? Disney Double Plus Good? Hail Mickey. Well, in the United States, the Orville will be on Hulu as a Hulu original, and then Disney decided to offer it up internationally on Disney Plus, so that to make sure that people are able to watch it. And of course, there's no editing. Disney has no say of the content. I know a lot of people wake up on the toxic social media side of the bed and make up all these assumptions, and they go with it. Disney has nothing to do with the content. They're just nice enough to say, hey, everyone should watch this. They're not going to have any control of what we see in the episode. So don't worry about that. They're just being nice enough to let people see it. Also, that doesn't mean it won't be airing on other places as well. I know some TV companies around the world said they will be airing season 3. That doesn't mean that they still won't. It will definitely be available on Disney Plus. So it's just an extra good thing, you guys. Not a taking away of anything. So yes, hail Mickey. Even though they're taking away fast passes at Disneyland, which sucks. I used to, well, not that I could go to Disneyland, but when I did, I was all about that fast pass. I had a whole situation. I knew how to really navigate that fast pass, you guys, but no more. That's okay. I couldn't go anyway. But I'll see you guys very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. See you very soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Egotastic fun time. We're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time. Give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.
Mocklins, many of them, ready to be adventurous.